Research has shown that human beings are terrible multitaskers. When trying to multitask, our brains divide and conquer, dedicating a portion of mental energy to each task. Forget about doing more than two though, effectively performing more than two complex tasks is impossible. But because we as human beings are so terrible at multitasking, Beat Saber does a great job of putting a limit on what our brains have to handle, and instead pushes it to the limit of the capacity at which it can do two things at once. Hello there everybody, my name is JDub and I am a content creator on pretty much every social media platform including Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Today though, I would like to talk to you about Beat Saber. I've been playing a lot of Beat Saber lately, and I found that not only is it a good physical exercise, you know, with the arms flailing around and you're squatting, moving your body left and right. It's also a very good mental exercise, and I want to take this video and talk to you about why. In Beat Saber, you're swinging lightsabers and slashing cubes. Your sabers and the cubes are color-coded, so you have to strike the cube with the corresponding saber, otherwise it'll count as a mistake. Not only do you have to match the colors, you also have to slice the cube in the direction shown on it. The cubes will have arrows pointing from the top, bottom, left, and right. And you have to use the correctly colored saber and slash the cube in the direction the arrow points. So your brain is focusing on two things, the color of the cube and the direction to swing. Multitasking changes the way our brains work. When you're focusing on one task, both sides of the prefrontal cortex of our brains work together. However, when you're multitasking, they operate independently of one another. It may feel like you're focusing on each thing at the same time, but you're actually switching focus between each task within a fraction of a second for each switch. I like to think of it as your brain pouring its mental energy on one side and then tipping it over to the other in rapid succession. This can lead to mental burnout, and it drains your cognitive resources, which can lead to severe mental exhaustion, and it gets worse the more tasks that you try to perform at one time. At first glance, Beat Saber might look like multitasking hell, but it's really not. Beat Saber asks you to look at the color of the cube in the direction that you need to slash it. That's all. It limits the mental exhaustion one would feel from playing it, which can lead to more playtime. Have you ever said just one more song and you ended up playing 4 or 5 more? If Beat Saber would ask you to do more than those two things, you'd be too mentally exhausted to even do 2 or 3 more. Remember what I said about splitting your prefrontal cortex in half? Well, one side recognizes the color, and the other side recognizes the direction, and your prefrontal cortex keeps switching between the two. Beat Saber makes it even better by limiting the number of colors to choose from. You have 4 directions, but you only have 2 colors. Maps will switch between different sets depending on the map itself, but you will only ever have 2 colors, for example red and blue. I feel like this is a great way to offset the difficulty you'd get from harder levels that go faster and have even more blocks. So if you're not good at Beat Saber, don't feel bad. As I've just explained, human beings are terrible multitaskers. If you are pretty good at it, be proud of that, because that's some serious cognitive and mental energy you got there. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and do all the cool YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, and comment, you know, if you wanna say something. And if you wanna chat with me live on Twitch, you can do so. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. I even do some streams on YouTube here, just every once in a while. So make sure you go ahead and follow and subscribe if you wanna see that sort of stuff. If you're a streamer and you want to watch some streaming related content, we kind of do, this channel is about, you know, thinking intellectually about video games and kind of, you know, expanding the mind in relation to video games. And I kind of do the same thing streaming related on my second channel called Stream Theory. So if you're interested in that, I also recommend, I'll leave a link down below. I definitely recommend checking that out as well. And with that, everybody have a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever and whenever you are. And as always, stay crazy.